It's been 9 months since I purchased my Chanel 22 in the size medium, and I have been getting some questions over my previous review video. If you haven't watched that, I'll link it down below and I'll also link it up here, as well as through some of my Q&As if this is still worth buying. Do I regret buying this bag, this size? So I thought I'd put it in a video and do a wear and tear update as well, because I have been using this bag a lot and there's definitely some wear, but we'll talk about that in this video. Anyway, if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kat. I love to do luxury related videos. I love handbags, skincare, makeup, and it is the start of the new year, so happy new year to everyone. If you're watching my channel for the first time, I do hope you will subscribe if you like this kind of content. And for everyone else, welcome back, and let's do a handbag review. Let's start off with wear and tear, which is the biggest concern that we have with items that are so expensive. And I've had this bag for 9 months, and in this 9 months, I can honestly tell you I have used it so much. I used it for traveling, I use it for going out, work especially, and I have not babied it. When I bought this bag, I told myself I would just put it through the ringer and I'm not gonna be so concerned about babying it. Firstly, the bag is made in such a way that it's very soft and supple, and the more you handle this bag, it will slouch, it will crease, it will look really worn. And when I knew that, I sort of accepted it and just used it like a bag, like a way a bag should be used, and I have really enjoyed it. So when it comes to wear and tear, knowing that this bag will wear and the way that I have used it, I would say the wear is minimal. It's still much softer, it's so much more slouchier. In my 1 month review video, first impression video, I did mention that in that first month, the sort of this part where it cinches in is soft. It's definitely much softer, but like my example, it just feels like a supple leather chair. It feels used, it feels that it's been rubbed and kind of like squished. But when it comes to the biggest problem that a lot of people were talking about for this bag, that it was tearing and it was peeling and it was just so bad even after one use, mine has minimal. I would say that it's just regular wear and tear. So my corners right here, I do see some rubbing, but it's so, like, if you know how I use this bag, this is practically nothing. I'm sitting right here now, I'm literally doing this to my bag. I'm squishing it. I have put it on conveyor belts. I put it on, like, I know it's really bad, like on the floor here, like, because this is a rough carpet. I've just put it on my table like this, like literally like this. Just dump it there. And I'm not so concerned about how the chains have rested on the bag. I actually, which I'll talk about as well, but I have sort of like left the chains resting like that and put it at the side, at the back. I haven't babied this bag at all. I think this bag has the same kind of treatment that I have with my Hermes toolbox, because that bag is also a beast of a leather. I'm so surprised because after hearing all the reviews and sharings of this bag, I was thinking that it's gonna start peeling and just getting really all mucked, like bad, but it's been really good. So this leather that they have used is like a really amazing leather chair, like a leather seat that you would sit on your couch, and no matter how much you stretch the leather, sit on it, rub and roll on that couch, the couch doesn't tear, right? That's exactly what I'm feeling with this bag. So from a point of wear and tear and the way I have used it, and I'm so shy to say this, but I abuse this bag. I abuse it because I know I want to use this bag like every single cent that I paid for it. I want to use it. I don't want to baby it. I want to use it until the point where I say I need to replace it. So for what I have done to this bag and just loved it, it is so hardy. That aside, let's talk about some rubbing. So like I said, there is some rubbing here, which is to be expected. It's just one, okay, that's one corner there. I'll put a picture as well. And then let's talk about the underneath here. So this is the part where a lot of people were saying that it's after they, pull it the first time and it started to rub already. Now I actually carry my bag mostly like this. I know it's not the most flattering, but I don't really do this. Like I don't cinch in the bag very often. So I feel like the softness of the bag enables it to naturally kind of go in. Like I would just do it a little bit just to close, but I don't really cinch the bag in. So I don't tighten it often. I just kind of let it be, because you see, once I carry the bag on my shoulders, it kind of naturally has its own curve, and it doesn't really require me to be so rough and tough with it on the cinching, and I don't naturally do it as well. So it makes the bag kind of open at the same time. Now, I still do it sometimes, and the protectors have protected it. Now let me show you one. So this side of the underneath, this protector, I don't know what happened. Like I said, I abused this bag. It fell off, it flipped off, I've lost it. And yes, because I still do move the chains up and down, there is a little bit of wear underneath here. But again, it's kind of like the corners, it's bound to happen because there is that friction. So in this 9 months, I would say general wear and tear, better than I expected, because I just truly use this bag. I'm moving on to the size of this bag, and I got this in a size medium. The popular size is small. It's the more everyday size, and if you don't really need a big bag, actually the small is good enough. Now I went with the medium because I just wanted that extra space. At the same time, I find that the medium looked better on me. Now when I compared the small and the medium, the difference isn't very much, but there is some difference. So if you are concerned that it may overwhelm you, obviously go to the small. Now, do I regret getting the medium compared to the small? The answer is no. I love the medium size. It's the way that it just looks big, and at the same time, that extra space lets me put things like my shawl, let me put my notebook inside. I can actually put more things and still kind of work with the bag. Now the small is not a small bag, it's pretty big as well, but it kind of looked a little disproportionate with me. Like when I wear this bag, it kind of just looks good being really big. So I don't regret getting the medium, but if you don't need such a big bag, the small is good enough. If I had to pick again another Chanel 22, I honestly can tell you I'll go with the medium. I feel like it just looks really good. Look at that, like really good. Just laid on my lap here, and just because it's squishable, it's kind of tiny like this. The size medium and small, you can't really see it and feel it until you carry it on your shoulders. One thing that annoys me about this bag is storing this bag. I have not, in this 9 months, found a good way to store this bag. Most of the time, which is obviously not the best, is that I literally just dump this bag at the back here. So I've rearranged a little bit, my layout's slightly different, but my background is still the same. I just shifted the chair. I just literally dump this bag like this. Let me just walk over here, let me show you. I just dump it like that. And that's because this bag is so big and slouchy. The only proper way to store it is actually flat like this, and properly laid out flat so that the straps will not rest on top and create more creases and create more weight on the bag. So really the best way is to lay it like this. But because it's so big, it's like a giant pillow. It takes up space. I don't have the space for this. So the thing that annoys me is storage of this bag. I have also tried to hang it up, but because it's pretty heavy, it's also creating a lot of friction on the leather. It's kind of like pulling the whole bag down. So that's my biggest problem with this bag, is how do I put it anywhere in my house that allows it to rest, There's no way unless it's flat, and I have not found the space. If you have the space, then this would not be annoying for you, but I don't. Therefore, it's been just standing upright, being folded, which is not the best. And again, it adds to the wear and tear. The final thing that I want to address in today's video is the weight of this bag. I briefly talked about it in my first impressions, and I did say that this bag will get heavy, but now that I've used it for 9 months and have put many types of things inside, like I said, shawls, my tablet, oh my goodness, it can get pretty heavy. That's me, but also because this bag itself has weight, and when it gets heavy, oh my goodness, when I put it on my shoulder, it will leave marks on my shoulder, and it will feel like something's pressing on my shoulder. Excuse me, my dog's barking. I'll be right back. Nato! You silly guy. Go. Barking at a piece of cloth, and I don't know. Anyway, as I was saying, it rests on my shoulder, or I'm wearing it on my shoulders, and I can feel like the pulling of the bag on my shoulder, especially when I kind of push the bag like this to the back, and I squeeze the bag and I can feel it here. If you've ever used a Chanel Jumbo and you gotta like kind of push the bag to the back and you can feel the thickness of the chain on your shoulders, that's how it feels like. So if you're not into that kind of feeling, then you're not gonna like this bag. But I'm used to my Chanel Jumbo, I'm used to that kind of weight, I'm used to kind of like pulling and just moving around. So, it's the big bag kind of issue. If you're into big bags, then you'll have to deal with it, but definitely something to mention. The only thing is, I think the small also has this issue, except that it's lighter because the chains are exactly the same. It's a thicker kind of chain, and if you don't wear a thick coat or you're wearing it on bare skin, it will leave the like track marks of the chain on your skin. Sometimes when I'm wearing it and I take it off, and sometimes my husband or my friends are like, oh my god, what happened to your shoulder? It's so red. Yeah, track marks from the chain. I'm gonna keep this video short and sweet because 9 months has given me enough time to establish whether I really enjoy this bag, and I've been able to incorporate it into my life. And in this 9 months, I have really enjoyed using this bag. I do recommend it if you're looking for something different from Chanel and you're looking for that chic, cool, trendy bag that actually is very functional, and you don't mind paying an arm and leg for it, then this is actually a really good bag. Do I think it's worth the money? I honestly don't think so. If you can get this in second hand, you might be able to save yourself some money. So anyway, that is my very quick wear and tear update video. I hope I've answered some of the questions that I've been getting over the past few months regarding this bag. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I hope you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Otherwise, everyone, please take care. Happy New Year. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.